Alright, specials. Heavy punch clap is very difficult to punish when they parry it. On top of being able to cancel it with hammer frenzy, not a lot of characters can punish this at different distances. So let me just give you an example of something that is a little bit simple. Standing medium punch. Look at that. It actually tells me I'm -8 after the parry. That seems like a lot. -6? I wonder why it said -8. So you would need something that's a hitbox on active frame. It has to be a 6-frame punish, basically, to be able to punish this. So at a lot of distances, it's hard to punish this move. If you're up close to them, they can throw you. But this is not an easy move to punish on parry. -9 for the light punch, -7 for the medium punch, -10 for the EX. The cool thing about EX, I'm not sure how this all lines up, but you can cancel into Hammer Frenzy on each of the hits. So they also have to anticipate the Hammer Frenzy. And then you can delay the Hammer Frenzy to throw off their parry timing. What I'm not sure is if there's just guaranteed answers for all of this. Like if they can just parry one time and then super immediately. I guess I could try that, right? Let's see what happens if he does Shippu Jinrai. Alright, let's see if this punishes. Alright, that's not one way you can do it. Maybe the uppercut will work. Wow. So I think they probably need to parry. Lariat! A lot of times you'll see people do ultra throw and then they'll backbreaker. But there's some unique things you can do there to get a knockdown. You could actually, against Shotos, after a backbreaker, you would use this more as an anti-air. You can actually EX Lariat and have advantage and be close to them, but none of that's necessary because Lariat is a better knockdown. This is just better. It's plus 26, and the damage is very comparable. Unless you want them to be in the corner, or you want to keep the same side, then maybe you don't want to use Lariat. And there may be some unique answers you can do there. Actually, I didn't really put this in the notes, but you can do heavy punch clap, and then backbreak, or yeah, backbreaker, heavy kick backbreaker, and you get a lot of corner carry off of this. You sacrifice a little bit of damage. You can also taunt after this. Same thing in the corner. You can taunt and have advantage. But you're taking away the damage you would get from the backbreaker, so it's a bit of a hard sell. It's not bad though. But yeah. Lariat is a better knockdown, just point blank period. You have to research a lot of the characters and see exactly how long they're on the ground, what happens if they quick stand, what happens if they don't quick stand, if you do the same setup, that sort of thing. This knockdown is just better. And what's really underrated in my opinion is using it as a whiff punish and also as an anti-air. I didn't write that down actually. I did it in my last video talking about the EX Lariat used as a anti-air. It's hard to do this against a lot of characters depending on how it behaves. But this is excellent. If they hit you really high in a jump-in, this knockdown's good. You should do this. Problem is, if they do a late jump-in, though. If they do a late jump-in, you're not going to have enough time to punish them. Maybe EX will work. Problem is, though, there's actually 2 EX Lariats. I guess 3. You can release it as negative edge, or you can just release it really fast. And this will give you a different knockdown than if you were to hit them with a little bit of a hold. See, this is if you hold the EX Lariat a little bit. If you release it as soon as possible, which is, you can do that with negative edge, it sends you flying. And that's what tends to happen when you anti-air them with it. Because you're doing it out of parry, you're likely actually getting the negative edge version, so you're not getting a good knockdown after it. Nah, he can probably dash up and crouching medium kick, super. I don't know, 23 is kind of close. So maybe it's okay. Okay, so with punishing with Lariat, you have to kind of go through and really target something. For Ken, you can actually punish heavy kick. A badly spaced heavy kick, you can totally punish this with EX Lariat. Super good too. The days of doing this into this are numbered. It's good. It's a good way to get started with Hugo, but if you can get the ultra throw, if you can get a clap into Hammer Frenzy, oh man, that's the business right there. So okay, to wrap it up, Lariat, if you can get it, you should do it. It's a really good knockdown. Unless it's gonna corner you, I think you should go for Lariat. Unless you're in like this situation, I wouldn't do it then. There, the backbreaker is good. Or even a clap into taunt. there's a lot of good options you can do here. Backbreaker, sometimes you do get it as an anti-air, and if you really do want to follow up and have some knockdown pressure after backbreaker, you can EX Lariat. Against most characters this works, and you can have some kind of advantage. Maybe even against, it might be +1 or 2 against the Shotos. But if you're gonna do that, I think you should learn how to do heavy punch clap instead, because it'll save you a lot of meter and it still does decent damage. This is great corner carry, really good corner carry, and again, Lariat's good. So you could probably dilute it in some ways to either doing the side switch Lariat, or if you want them close to the corner, you can do heavy punch clap. This one's tricky though, because depending on how you throw them in the corner, you have to time your clap differently. I think that's really good. But the backbreaker in the corner, some characters you can get a meaty splash. I think against Ken you can either empty jump or splash, just like with the Hammer Frenzy knockdown. Meat Squasher, it's incredibly high rewarding. It feels good when you hit a Meat Squasher. But this move actually sucks. It shouldn't work ever. There's some things you can do with clap. The best you can do it is medium punch clap into light kick light kick Meat Squasher. That's the best it's gonna get. It's not gonna frame trap them, but this is the lowest window you can have. Medium punch clap into hammer, oh my goodness, into Meat Squasher. So that means you can do medium punch clap into light punch clap, and if they try to jump away, the light punch clap will hit them. What I like to do with Meat Squasher, you gotta really play the psychology of footsies and see if they're looking to whiff punish stuff, and then you all of a sudden do a Meat Squasher. That works too. That one's a really fun way to do it. What's great is when you can whiff punish with Meat Squasher. It's not on reaction, but you think they're about to do a normal, and then you punish the recovery of it with Meat Squasher. It's really hard to do this. It's really hard, but it's pretty good. Let's do heavy kick and then hold up. If you do it correctly, you'll be able to whiff punish them with it, but this is not on reaction. This is not something you're doing to react with. This is way too slow to do that. I don't even know how fast it is when you do it from this range. What if it'll tell me? 24? No. If that was 24 frame startup, nah. What's the fastest Meat Squasher? 21? Yeah. It's a hard move to use, but it's really high reward. And little fun fact, the strength of the Meat Squasher puts you closer or further away from them when you actually hit them in the corner. So the light kick Meat Squasher, see how far away I am? If I do the heavy kick Meat Squasher, it keeps me pretty close. How you hit heavy kick Meat Squasher, you send me an email and figure it out, but it does keep you closer. It's not really that relevant though. This is plus 34. I can't really get a whole lot against Ken. Some characters you can jump in and splash and you'll get the good splash. Meat Squasher is very, very good. Hugo, when Hugo has the opponent cornered, it's super, super good. Because the claps count for so much. Especially when you pair it up with Hammer Frenzy. That's one thing I didn't talk about with Hammer Frenzy, is if you hit a clap with, if you hit a crouching clap with 720, that's the end. Crouching medium kick, this knockdown sucks. That's all you're gonna get though. But if you have Hammer Frenzy, it turns it into a win. Jump canceling with Hugo is very strong. It's really hard to do, but it's really strong, especially when it's paired up with Hammer Frenzy. So all the throws, it's possible to punish it with light punch clap. Let me just make sure they're blocking. So that's light punch clap. I think the medium punch can work, but it's hard to do. It's harder because it's slower. But even if you're playing 720, you can do light punch clap into light kick Lariat. They're always going to be standing. You can't do a crouching throw, to my knowledge. So you can actually do light kick Lariat. You can link it. It's a hard link. The EX is much easier. Against command grab characters, you can do the heavy clap. And boy, is it awesome. The timing is really hard to do. We're not going to sugarcoat it. But I've been practicing this for a long time. Not only is the timing hard, but you have to tailor it to the way that your opponent's timing it too. So it's really hard to do it. But I mentioned earlier, Hugo has, what, 8 startup frames on his jump? So you have to layer those 8 startup frames to go the command grab active frames have to be in the middle of those jump frames. So you can actually cancel your super jump too early and then get thrown. So if you do the super jump cancel but hit the clap too early, she'll grab you because then you're gonna be on the ground again. That's actually what's happening most of the time when I miss this. I'm doing it too. I'm canceling the clap too early. But this is incredibly powerful. Against Makoto, the setup is light kick, Lariat, and then splash. And then win the game. That's so stupid. Yeah, that's it. Hey, if you learned something, please give this video a thumbs up. Like the video, comment the video. Let me know if you got any questions. I'm really good at reading the comments and replying, whether it's a troll reply or not. Me being the troll. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Have fun. What do I do on YouTube? Hope you learned something. I'm AutoMattock. Okay, it's gonna take forever to edit.